we're live here. We're just gonna wait for the second platform on Instagram. There we are, we're live on Instagram. Let me set up. Hi, I'm Anna Livermore and I am here with Quality Accessories. But let me pin something in the Instagram before I get started. Oops, and I just changed post and pin comment. Now I need to switch this around. Nope. Hey Catherine, how do I switch this so that it's on me? Nope. Nope. Switch it. There we go. Okay, sorry about that.
We're live.
We are live. Okay, and now let me just get this pinned. Okay, I promise I'm just about done setting up. Okay, cool. We are ready. So, we are on Instagram Live. We are also here on the live stream, which is going to be on Facebook, so that you guys can view us all over the internet. We are on Makers Row Instagram. We've taken over the Makers Row Instagram. If you guys are not familiar with Makers Row, it is an amazing platform where there's tons of vendors and companies like V.Mora that can help you launch. V.Mora is the company I own, and we help launch fashion designers, patterns, samples, manufacturing. We also do branding, photo shoots, things like that. I do one-on-one coaching. And I have Louis here today. He is one of the companies that I've met years ago. We used to share an office. But I thought it would be cool so that you guys aren't just hearing from me talking. And I'm in New York, so if you guys can hear the jackhammer outside, I apologize, but there isn't much we can do about that. But Louis, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? And oh, I'm sorry, before, one more thing. Embark Live, I forgot. Makers Row is launching Embark Live, where you can have access to professionals like myself. We'll have videos and Q&As, and you can hire us directly through Embark Live. If you're looking to contact V.Mora or myself, you can contact me through Embark Live or through Makers Row at makersrow.com/V-Mora. Okay, so that's my full intro, I promise. Now, Louis, tell us about you and what you do.
Okay, my name is Louis and I own Quality Accessories. And what we do is a lot of leather belts, handbags, dog collars. We do a lot of products out of leather.
Yes.
And the good thing about the leather business is that we have 3 local areas that we can get the leather directly from.
Okay.
So if a designer wants to make a handbag and they don't want to get the leather, we have 3 local areas, and it's just within local walking distance.
Great. So you're able to find the leather, and you might need to speak up. I'm afraid they can't hear
Okay.
you. You're soft.
Okay.
So you're able to find the leather. So tell the designers what's the difference between a soft good and working with leather? Because a lot of times we have designers come to us that are going to do a leather good, and they don't understand that you need a leather manufacturer for that.
Right.
So what does that involve? Like, why is that different?
Well, we need industrial machines. Leather
Yeah.
is an industrial machine, which is a heavy equipment machines. Where you have a soft leather bag, you can use a regular sewing machine.
Right.
But when it comes to leather, you have to have a specialty machine for that.
Right. So is there like a special name for that machine, or it's just
No, just industrial. Just industrial.
industrial
For leather.
for leather? Because the leather, if you guys don't know, the leather will get stuck in the machine, and you'll try to feed it through, and the machine won't take it.
Right.
So it backs it up. It'll ruin the leather. And this is also not just leather.
It's with everything. Yes, if you don't have the right equipment.
Yeah, if you don't have the right equipment, but it's also what they call vegan leather, right?
Right.
Same. You need the leather machine.
Yes.
Yes.
So it's all considered. If it's leather, whether it's a vegan or it's an animal, it's got to be with the
Yeah.
heavy machine.
Yeah. And vegan leather just means plastic, right?
Yes, plastic. It's
Yeah,
man-made.
you
It's
guys.
man-made.
Man-made leather, vegan leather, it's all plastic. So if you're using the vegan leather, the vinyls, anything, the leather, you need to be working with a factory that does this, that has the leather equipment to
Yes.
do that. There's also the die cuts. Can you
Oh, yeah,
explain those?
Well, Yeah, if you have let's say the shape for the bag, we have to get a die made for that.
Yeah.
And then we have the clicker, which is once you put the leather down, then you have to click it out and for the shape.
Explain all of that. What does that mean?
Well, it's the shape of the bag. Let's say you have a bag
It's
with
like
a hot.
shaped like this,
Okay, we have to get a die that's just the same as shape as that.
which is like a metal piece.
Right, and it's
that's
a
shaped
blade.
like
It's
this.
actually it's a blade shaped like that, and then it's put on under the clicker.
The clicker.
And then click it down.
And then it
chop out.
cuts the leather. So
Yeah.
they're not cutting your leather with
Oh, no.
scissors, you guys. They're making these die cuts.
Right.
And each die cut, there's like a setup fee, and correct, right?
Yes, yes,
And then they own the die cuts.
yes.
So there's a die cut that will press the leather and cut it out for you. Can you?
Exactly the same shape as you want.
Yeah.
Because you can't have two different shapes in one bag.
Exactly.
So once we chop everything together and then we stick it together. But for every part of the bag, we have to have a different die.
Right, lots of die cuts.
Yes.
There's lots of die cuts. Let's see. Is it possible that you and Louie can switch seats? Your voice carries. Yeah, let's do it. I'm louder. Okay. So
Sorry
then,
about that.
Louie, you're closer.
Sorry about that.
I'm used to doing these live, so I project my voice. Can you guys hear him better? Louie, you want to talk?
Much better now? Yes.
Yeah. But we cannot hear him very well. Thanks. Can you guys hear him better now?
Hello?
Louie. So tell us, each piece of leather needs to have this die cut, right?
Yeah, for every shape there is. Let's say you have a pocket, you have to get a die for the pocket. You have to get a die for the shape outside of the bag. Did you hear me now?
Yeah. Good.
So yeah, for every part of the bag, we need to have a different die.
Okay. How many pieces of leather can you cut at a time with that die
It
cut?
depends on the thickness of the leather. You could cut maybe 3 or 2, but not more than 3.
Right.
You want to make sure you keep the same shape.
Right. There you have it. All right. So this is why you guys, you need a leather factory.
Manufacturing, yes.
Just a regular manufacturer won't have the ability to make these die cuts, nor will they have this heavy duty equipment to sew the leather or the vinyl or the vegan leathers. Okay,
And we have the area where the area to make the dies are here, right here in the city. So
yeah, right here in the garment district. We are, he's actually across the hall from me, so we're on
Neighbors.
38th. Yeah, we used to share an office way back in the day, actually. So we're on 38th. We're 247 West 38th, but you're what suite number?
806.
806. There you go. And the factory is here in New York as well.
Yes.
Yep, so it's all local made, which is great. In the garment district. Now, you guys are open now after?
Yes, we've been open. We've been
Yeah,
open.
since phase 1, right?
Yes.
Which was
Before-
June like 8th?
before. We were coming in twice a week
Okay.
because we had certain orders that we had finished from before. So
Yeah.
we had to put them all out.
Yeah. Great. Yeah, so supporting local. And I guess you already answered this one. Does vegan leather use different equipment than regular leather?
We do, depending on the thickness of the leather. If
Yeah.
it's, if it's a very heavy vegan, we could use a regular leather machine.
Okay. Do you need a tech pack?
Tech pack.
Yes. Like, how do you know, how does a designer tell you what they want?
If you have an idea, you come to us and we make a pattern for you.
Okay.
We have to make a pattern. Once we make the pattern, we show it to you and we just make you a sample. If we have to make changes, we make the changes right there before
Yeah.
we do production.
Okay, so there always is a sample made
Always a
before
sample,
production.
yes. Yeah, we make it,
You
first we have
never
to make
want
the
to
pattern.
make production
No,
without a sample.
we have to make the pattern first.
Yeah.
Pattern is most important.
And they give you like spec measurements for that, right?
Yes, yes. You have an idea, you throw the measurement, and we just go ahead and make the pattern for you.
Yeah. All right. And would you be willing to share your best places to source leather?
Yeah, sure.
Where?
Okay, we have Impact Leather, which is on 7th Avenue.
Impact Leather.
Impact, yeah. We have Global Leather on 35th Street.
Global Leather.
And we have Edson Leather, which is on West 36th Street.
Edson Leather on
Yes.
West 36. So those are some valuable people who work a long time to find some good leather people.
Yes,
So.
and they have beautiful leather. They have Italian leather, which is one of the best leather you can use.
Oh, nice. What's
Yeah.
that place in Chicago? Hanny? No.
No.
Oh, does anyone know the leather place in Chicago?
I know there's a nice one up there too, yeah.
Horween's Leather. That's what it
Okay.
is. Yeah. So they took me on a tour there one time, and they were like, "Come into the basement." And I went
Yeah,
into the
sure.
basement. You never want to go to the basement of a tannery, you guys.
Yes.
It's very unpleasant.
Oh, yes.
It's very scary. I was like, you should have taken me here after I purchased the leather, because now seeing this, I don't know that I want to buy the leather.
So much to think to work on the leather. They have to dye it. They have to treat it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It smelled really bad too.
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, if you go to any of these tanneries, like that's a whole process. Okay, cool. So what are some examples of products that require different types of leather? So sometimes there's really thick leathers, there's really thin and soft leathers, there's lamb, there's calf, there's all these different leathers. What can you tell the designers about different leathers?
There's also the split leather, which a lot of people don't know.
Split leather?
Split leather is where they take the top skin of the leather and use it for wallets and cover buttons. And what they do, they take the bottom piece and they spray it, paint it, and they use it for belts and stuff like that. But it's not as strong, but they use it for
So the bottom part isn't as strong?
No, right. But they spray it.
They spray it.
And you sell it as split leather.
Split leather.
Yeah.
Huh. I didn't know that.
Yeah, a lot of manufacturers also take the split leather and they use a thinner leather and they glue it together also.
Huh.
Depending on the color of the leather.
So they take the bottom piece of the leather and then they glue on a thinner piece of the leather.
Right, another piece and use it as a
Why
regular
would they
leather.
do that?
Because of the color and the shape of the material. If it's alligator skin, they can't get the alligator, they use a split leather and put that skin on top.
They put an alligator skin on top
of the split, yeah. They
split.
glue it together and then they have the alligator leather.
Huh. Interesting.
It's a lot of
Lots
ways
of
we
stuff
do it.
to know.
Yes.
All right, you guys. So thank you for coming, Louis.
Oh, thank you.
We're going to open it up for questions. So we have, I'm going to scroll through and see if we have any questions. Okay. So, yep, so we switched seats. Glad that's better. Good thing that I wore pants today, you guys. Just kidding, I would never not wear pants on a live event. Who does that? Louis, do you do shoe accessories? Do you have a minimum order to work with?
We have no minimum, but we don't do shoes.
No shoes, that's like a whole other thing,
but
you
there
guys.
is a company in our building that does shoes. So
There is a company in our building that
Yes.
does shoes.
Yes, so we could.
They're on the third floor, right?
Yeah.
Third floor, 247, West 38. Yeah, it's great to be in the garment district here. So you have no minimums.
No minimums.
No minimums, you guys. Okay. Quality accessories is the company. I heard Impact and Global Leather, but it cut out for the other names.
Edson.
Edson. How do you spell it?
E-D-S-O-N.
E-D-S-O-N.
Edson, yes. West
Edson.
36th Street. Yeah.
West 36. E-D-S-O-N. Do you import leather from abroad? A lot of don't they come from Italy?
Oh yeah, mostly in Argentina, India, they come from all over.
Yeah, so even though they have a shop here, a lot of the leathers come from offshore, but they're selling them here.
Right. There's other companies in Brooklyn and Queens that we have that one right now, but I get them.
Yeah, so if you can contact V.Mora, and if you have questions for Louis, I can pass them along to him. Or quality accessories. Good topic, and also nice you're introducing local makers. Yeah, there's so many people just in our building. So yeah, we like to stick together. Okay, so the leather names. Okay, if you have existing patterns and dyes, can you use those?
Sure.
Yeah, of course.
Oh, yep.
You'll make a sample out of it,
Yes.
confirm it, make
Yes.
sure that it's good.
Yes.
Okay. Do you work with any major brands? Are you allowed to share that information?
We do work with measure, but I can't measure them.
Right, yeah. So that would be like if you guys worked with Louis and then Louis just used all of your names to say like, I did all of these bags. So it's usually confidential information.
Right.
I tell designers, when you're on the floor, you can see what they're working on, what types of bags, but usually factories won't share their direct
Yeah, there are customers that don't want anyone to know about
Yeah.
their brand.
Yeah, so like NDAs, things like that. Do you sign NDAs, by the way?
Some.
Some. it's a whole other topic. We should actually do a live event about NDAs because that's a whole different topic. Do you have a laser cutter?
Laser cutter? No, I don't.
No. Do they do laser cutters with leather?
Yes.
Oh, okay. In larger production, maybe?
Right.
Yeah, very, very large. Like,
Because it's a very big process.
yeah, like how much does that machine cost?
In the thousands.
Thousands, yeah. So that equipment's really expensive.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're looking for laser cutting, you'll probably have to have a higher minimum to meet the minimums of that factory that has that equipment. Let's see. Okay, lots of questions. You're very popular. Do you have a great American leather sources if you want totally made in the USA?
Yes.
Yes. Would it be, well, Horween's Leather makes their leather
In
the United States, so
yes.
that's one, Horween's Leather. But Makers Row will have vendors too that will have leather makers that do it in the US. Any recommendations for digital printing on leather? Do they digital print on leather? They do, right?
Yes, we have some. I don't have it right here, but they're like,
Yeah.
we can give it for you. We'll give
Yes.
it for you later on.
Okay. Embossing. What about embossing?
We're doing Boston.
They do embossing. What's the name of the leather factory? So we went through that already, so hopefully you guys got that. Or you can rewatch this. It'll be on the Instagram and the Facebook. The beginning, what type of items do you manufacture? So you do handbags,
We do handbags, wallets.
wallets,
We do cover buttons, cover buckles, belts, and door collars.
collars. Anything in a leather, probably, right?
We do all that in leather.
Yeah. Anything that's like done in leather. What if they wanted like a leather vest?
Yeah,
Do you
we
do
can
that?
Yeah, we do that. Yeah.
Leather goods.
Yeah.
Do you have pre-made designs that they can choose from? Nope, that's on you guys.
Everything made to order.
Yeah, everything made to order. So that's on you guys to come up with the designs of what you'd like to order. What kind of certifications do you have that ensure fair trade and labor practices?
Again, we don't share any information with anyone. So.
Oh yeah, no, I mean like you're certified though.
Yes, oh yes.
You
yes.
have to be in
Yes,
New York.
oh yes, yeah.
Yeah, so in order to work in New York, you have to be certified, you have to be following labor laws.
Oh yes, oh yes.
You only really have to worry about companies not following labor laws offshore, right? Because you don't know who they are,
Yes.
you don't know.
Yeah, but we're registered.
Yeah, you just have to make sure they're registered. Do you have that
I do know-
registration
we have it on-
like
I do
framed?
know. I don't have it here, but I have it.
Yeah, so that's just like a given if you're, most companies, I guess maybe it's not assumed that all companies are,
A lot of companies have it, but they don't post it. But
Right.
But you have to be registered to a company. You have to pay taxes.
yeah. So in order to, if you're paying taxes, you have to follow the labor
You have
laws.
to be registered. Yes.
You have to be registered. So, yes. You run into that more offshore because the labor laws can be different. Spray dyeing?
Nope.
No.
No more.
No more.
We're not allowed to do that anymore.
You're not allowed to spray dye anymore?
No more. No more.
Why?
It's against the law now because of the environment.
Oh,
We used
so
to-
no
we used to
spray
spray- We
dye.
used to spray all our leather before. At one time we used to spray every color there was, but not anymore.
Huh.
We're
So
not
how do
allowed.
they get colored leather now?
It's got to go to the shop and get it from them.
Oh,
From the shop.
now you know. No more spraying.
We could spray the glue, but we cannot spray leather.
Huh?
And
I didn't
a
know
lot
that.
of glue is made by hand anyway.
Yeah, so you, they can't do that.
Not-
It's against the law. All right. Is the leather from abroad, but the products are made here? Can you advertise? So, if your product is made here, you can say made in the U.S. from imported goods.
You don't have to mention before imported.
You don't have to mention.
Made in USA, stamp it. We stamp it made in USA.
Yeah. So if it's made here, even if the fabrics or the materials are coming from offshore, if it's made in the U.S., you can say made in the U.S.
Yes.
All right. Do you do debossing?
So Boston,
Debossing?
what is that? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's some sort of like, I don't know. Can you Google debossing? Any cow leather or lamb leather? Do you carry other kinds of leather?
Oh, yeah, there's all kinds of them.
All kinds of
Yeah,
leather.
oh, yeah, they have
All kinds.
All kinds.
What's the best leather to work with?
Italian.
Italian leather. What? Okay, so I think that's all the questions from the Instagram. Let's look over here. What's your turnaround time, your lead time?
1 week.
1 week, and that's true, you guys, because I've worked with them. What's the latest fashion in handbags nowadays?
A lot of clutch bags.
Clutch.
Yeah, I don't know why, but there's a lot of clutch out there.
Yeah.
A lot of clutches, yeah. And you know, the backpack.
The backpack?
Everybody's using those.
I love a
I guess
good
people are kind of
backpack.
lazy carrying slips in their hands.
It hurts your back.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So that let's see, do we have any other questions? Leather embossing or debossing. I think debossing is like the opposite of the embossing.
When
So
you-
it removes.
We're gonna boss a print on it if they give us the dies.
Okay. So yes. Do you guys have any other questions? Okay. So again, Makers Row is launching Embark Live. That's why they're doing all these events to promote it. And everyone's thanking Louis. I told
Thank
you
you.
he's gonna
Thank
be
you very
he's gonna be
much.
super popular.
Thank you.
So Embark Live, where you can talk to experts. Makers Row has all these vendors on them, locally made in the US. I'm Anna from V.Mora, and you can contact me through Makers Row, and then Louis from Quality Accessories, 247 West 38th, 806. So you can contact either one of us. I do a complimentary 20-minute strategy session with anyone if they have questions, and like they can come and meet you.
Sure. Oh, yes.
And
yeah.
it's free, and
Yes.
you can talk to them.
Free
and
of charge.
Yes. Great. All right. So thank you guys so much. It's
Thank you.
been another great event, and you guys can watch this again on Instagram or on Facebook, all over the place. But thank you for joining. It was really great. I'll be here not next Monday, but the Monday after. Okay.
Bye.
Okay. It always takes me a while. I'm still live. Okay, and end.
That was interesting.
Okay. End.